This guy's insane. He's literally insanity, dude.
When
I do
on the
cardio
table
with
right now.
4 cigarettes. That's it. As I go for my hikes, 4 cigarettes. That's all I need, instead of a water bottle. And everyone watching this is laughing hard right now. I swear to God.
But he has put on weight since I've seen him to developing and building his like career and stuff. He's put on like some weight, so he's in chubby mode now, chubby Zherka, like fat Majin Buu.
This is not a joke. That's how I do cardio. And how, is it good for you? No. Cigarettes are from the government trying to kill you. They can do this with just tobacco and it'll be the same thing, but they have to add 4,000 chemicals.
Well, can't you do that with just tobacco too? Like, just buy the paper, put the tobacco
What
in
makes
it,
you
and roll
think
it.
I haven't?
The 3 boxes on the table that are out of the shot currently.
You don't think I have someone who loads these and puts them back in the box?
I wouldn't put it past you.
He doesn't. And who is this guy interviewing? Why does he sound like Vlad?
You've ever seen me buy a pack at 7-Eleven and then smoke it?
I don't think we've been in 7-Eleven together yet.
Might take you. You like Indians?
Pause. That sounded a little gay.
You like Apu? You want to go to 7-Eleven?
I was a fan of the character, yeah.
Me too, just not the race.
I'm a fan of the Indians too. They've never done
Which
me wrong.
people do you not like?
I like them.
For me, it's all of them. Black, white, blah, blah. They're all born in a fallen state. They need to accept Christ. Zherka accepting Christ went from crook and criminal to
Crook and criminal?
with lawyers now.
I wouldn't say criminal. I haven't seen you commit any crime.
God,
I was
Zherka.
destructive before to the everything around me. Now I'm just destructive to myself. Like, who's really being harmed besides me? Nobody. Before, I was punching people in the face for coughing on me. And here's the worst part. This was before COVID. So imagine my urge now, after COVID, when the grandma at the supermarket coughs on me, and I go to do everything I can not to break her hip. With Christ, you can do anything. And that bitch strolled out of there, fucking with every hair on her scalp, mint condition. God is here to reduce your sinning. Now, if I became a much more violent person after Christ, then you can say, this guy's not a Christian, this guy's a hypocrite, this guy. Can't say it when I'm fucking killing it. I'm not killing her, the grandma.
What
You
is
ever
he
look back at your
talking
violent
about?
past and
Dude.
feel a sense of shame or regret that it took you too long to find Christ? Because who knows?
No, because I worked in the nightlife. Everyone deserved it, even the guy who did it. If he's in that club, he deserved it.
Can you elaborate on that?
The who's in nightclubs, fucking sleazeballs and dirtbags, rapists and molesters and people drugging people, and even the good guys at the club. And I'll see this. I'll just be like this, just guarding the door outside, music playing, and there would be a babe coming out like a wounded gazelle, drunk as fuck, stumbling to the car and without her friends. Right? So this one left the herd, and all the nice guys, all the non-crooks, needed to go talk to her.
Oh my God, dude. Nightclubs are so dirty, man. They're such a, like, it's degeneracy. It's full on degeneracy, like 100% full on degeneracy. The vibes there. They're not a good place to go. Like, I can't believe I used to spend so much time there, dude. Wasting time. Just wasting time, bro. And it's not because I wanted to go, dude. The homies always wanted to go, dude. Now that I don't have any friends, I don't have to worry about ever stepping in a nightclub again. The degeneracy there, dude. It's like you end up spending more money than you need to. You end up doing a bunch of things that are just stupid. You like it's just all this flex, just flex, 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 flex. All the relationships there are nonsense with the females or the people that you meet there, the guys that you meet there. And everybody is flaky. Like the whole thing is just built off of this like this lack of trust. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
They were fiending to get her in a cab and take her home. And that's the first time I didn't get fired for fucking someone up. And I was imagine the good businessmen who are not the gangsters. That's a rapist. You just loaded language. You're gonna call me like, oh, you're overreacting. If you start drooling, and I'm not saying, if you're drooling for her to get her home when she's that fucked up, that's normal. That's sin. That you look at tits, you want to grab tits that are not yours. Yeah, I get the impulses, right? But when you act on it, and you try and convince yourself, no, I'm not going to touch her. Even if you don't touch her, if you stay by her bedside and make sure she don't puke, nigga, you a stranger in her house. You had every other fucking
It's
thought
weird.
of taking her back to her friends or talking to a security guard, getting her to security in front of the cameras. Who are your friends? We grab your friends. You don't leave. Worst case scenario, we call the cops. You drunk tank this bitch. Every single million ideas you can have to guard that bitch, they're all null and void because you need to do it yourself, and you're not the most capable. So what are you trying to do? It's you're gambling with being a rapist. You're gambling with taking on that identity.
Weird.
And when you see good men, normal men, non-gangsters, actually a lot of the gangsters were like, no, this is actually kind of weird. But I think gangsters obviously would do it too. When you see this, every time someone says to me, "Nah, you got a weird impression about humanity because you worked at a nightclub, just saw sleazeballs and all that." No, there's people who are never in the club.
That's the majority of people in this world, bro. The majority of people in this world are disgusting.
It's like they're here for a birthday once a year, and even they would try and, like women at low HP drinking, men get aroused by this, right?
Dude, it's so bizarre. It's like it's so weird to see like a home like not I'm not even gonna call anybody that I used to know a homie. I'm just gonna say it's just like you see people do things like that you would have thought they could do. You know, especially when it comes to like women drinking and becoming vulnerable. These guys come out and the claws come out, bro. The wolf claws come out. And they're just hungry for it, bro. Hungry for the V. Yeah, oh my goodness. Because when a shorty's drunk, bro, she doesn't know what she's doing, what she's saying. All these things are her inhibitions are down. She's not even there. Alcohol has fully taken over her body. Alcohol has taken over it, and then now somebody else is taking over her spirit. And now someone is taking that time to say, okay, now that this person's spirit is fully taken care of, I'm going to now take advantage because the alcohol is on both sides. Alcohol makes women's guards go down, and alcohol makes men's inhibitions go down. So now men are so bold, they're willing to just do whatever. So both of them have these spirits in them, literally as we call them, alcohol spirits. And now these two spirits, they're magnetically pulled and charged towards each other. One person he just wants to get that V. The man, the only thing on his mind is get that V, get that V, get that dub. You know, get that. So now that you see a shorty who's weak, separated from the friends, completely all sloshed up, they say, yo, that's my chance now. The guards are down. The troops have left the building. The knights are no longer guarding the castle. Oh my God, it's gross.
And I think all men get aroused, like maybe 10%, 20, but most men, 60, 70%, that's your good guys. And then you point to me and go, well, Zherka, I mean, can you see me ever going in that fucking car? Even when I was like not God-fearing, I always felt like I'm being watched.
Dude, dealing with drunk women it's disgusting, bro. Their breath stinks. Their clothes are sloppy. They have like I can't. Dealing with drunk, I don't understand how y'all niggas go to that extent to want to even then sleep with somebody who's that inebriated. They're not even there anymore. They're like this, dude. And that's the type of person you like. Come on, people are disgusting.
You can just be annoyed by her and want to stay away.
Yeah. Or I get lucky and she chokes on her vomit and dies. Yeah, add to the kill list. That's a joke. But there are no good people, man. Go to the library, go anywhere.
So do you
good
think
people were at the peak of Christian theocracy? That's
I don't believe that there's good or bad. I believe there's evil and lesser evil. That's it.
the last time we saw good people.
Do you think the problem was the environment that turned these people like that weren't usually at the club, or do you think they were just like that?
Environment affects nature because ancestral DNA. You know your ancestors' traumas are passed down to you.
I think they
Did
thought
you
it
know
like
that
epigenetics.
your great 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 grandfather he went through a heartbreak identical to the one you had with Sally, but you'll never know. He didn't tell anyone about it.
I don't think that's true though, because our great grandparents, it was a better time. They meet a woman, maybe they're
You don't
15,
think that's
16,
true?
and they stay together their whole life.
Do you have the genetic traits of your parents? Do
Absolutely.
you have the flaws of your parents?
Some, yeah.
Those flaws are so hard to overcome that if your great grandfather had a drinking problem, you're probably gonna have one. If your dad had a drinking problem, it might not be drinking, you might like Cheetos and be obese, but you still want that quick dopamine reward system. Your ancestors' problems loop and reoccur. Your job is to stop all the loops. That's when you find yourself in a suit and tie like Kevin Samuels, and hopefully married. I don't know, he wasn't married, but married and living a normal life. That's why I say, me going from the darkest satanic motherfucking practicing all sorts of non-ordinary states and meditation at a Rosicrucian temple when I worked for these businessmen, and just practicing the backwards review and reflection and meditation and just all the Rosicrucian practices. But I was around Satanists, and I didn't take them serious. They were broke, these ones. I only took the fucking businessmen who were making a lot of money. Those Satanists were real. There's Luciferians. I thought that was like, what the fuck? You guys just like to read those intellectual books. There's all sorts of these kind of people in the club. And these guys were the smart ones. And the dumb ones were just called gangsters. They didn't read any books. But the high-level gangsters, they use occult sciences to manipulate their way to the top. A gangster businessman is mafia. A gangster broke guy, it's a mafia. It's the same shit. It's just gangster. The difference is reading. You give an evil mind a book, and he enjoys it. He has a higher capacity to spread evil now. All of this, I went from all this evil to Christ. Am I locked up right now? Is there a case against me? No, just you want me to be a Christian more.
To Christ.
That's the truth. For me, it's hard. It's hard to like clean up your life.
Sometimes it's hard to take Zherka seriously because of the dualities that he speaks on. I think he's just using religion as a form of like fodder to kind of spark and build the pendulum swing on around like his name and entity and stuff. But I guess there's more to be desired. I guess we'll see. Anyway, so this is the end of the video. Hope you guys. Anyway, I can't even. Zherka's too much, man. He doesn't even need anybody to close it.